Have you ever wondered why some people seem to transform their lives while others remain stuck in a rut? Change. It's a small word with profound implications. It's the hidden power that propels us forward, the unseen hand that shapes our lives. Change is the magic that turns the caterpillar into a butterfly, the force that transforms a seed into a mighty oak. It's the catalyst that turns dreams into reality. Each one of us carries within us the potential for change. We are not static beings, confined to the parameters of our past. We are dynamic and ever-evolving, capable of growth and transformation. From the moment we are born, we embark on a journey of change. With each breath we take, each step we make, we move closer to becoming the best version of ourselves. Yet, there seems to be a common misconception that has clouded our understanding of change. We often think of it as something colossal, something immediate. We imagine it as a sudden metamorphosis, a dramatic shift from one state to another. But that's not always the case. In reality, change is seldom instantaneous. It's not about waking up one day and finding everything different. It's not about a sudden leap from the bottom to the top. No, change is a process. It's a journey. It's about the tiny steps we take, the small decisions we make each day. It's about the gradual shifts, the slow but steady progress. You see, the grandest of buildings weren't built in a day. They were built brick by brick, one tiny step at a time. The most magnificent of trees didn't sprout overnight. They grew bit by bit, one tiny step at a time. And so it is with change. It's the little things that add up, the small changes that accumulate over time to create a massive transformation. Change doesn't have to be monumental. It's the tiny steps that lead us towards massive transformation. So, how can we start this journey towards change, you may ask? Well, it's all about taking one tiny step at a time. It's easy to get overwhelmed when we stare at the daunting mountain of change. The key to conquering that mountain, however, is not by taking a giant leap, but rather by taking small, manageable steps. Think about it. When we try to take on too much at once, we often find ourselves struggling to keep up, and the feeling of overwhelm can be paralyzing. But when we break down our goals into smaller, more manageable steps, we create a pathway to success that feels less intimidating and more achievable. This principle has been backed by numerous studies. For instance, research from the University of California found that people who break down their goals into smaller, manageable steps are significantly more likely to achieve them. The reason? It's all about momentum. Each small step we take builds momentum, and that momentum propels us forward. Let's consider an anecdote to further illustrate this point. Let's say you want to write a novel, but the thought of writing hundreds of pages feels overwhelmingly daunting. So instead of trying to write the whole novel in one go, you break it down into smaller tasks. Perhaps you aim to write 1 page per day. This smaller task feels much more manageable, and before you know it, you've written a whole chapter, then another and another. Before you know it, you've written an entire novel, 1 page at a time. This approach isn't about taking the easy way out. It's about making a commitment to steady, consistent progress. It's about understanding that change doesn't happen overnight, but rather, it's a gradual process that unfolds one tiny step at a time. So next time you're facing a big change or a daunting goal, remember this principle. Break it down, take it one step at a time. Embrace the power of small, consistent actions. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Now let's delve into the process of change. How does it actually work? Well, I'm glad you asked. The process of change isn't as elusive as it may seem. In fact, it can be broken down into a series of specific manageable steps. First, we begin with identifying the desired change. It's important to be crystal clear about what you want to change in your life. Maybe it's your health, your career, or perhaps your mindset. The key is to focus on one area at a time and to remember that even the smallest of changes can make a significant difference. Once we've identified the desired change, the next step is to set realistic goals. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will the changes you seek in your life. It's crucial to take it step by step, setting achievable targets that will gradually lead you towards your ultimate goal. The third step is where the rubber meets the road, taking consistent action. This is where the magic happens, and it's also where many people tend to stumble. It's easy to get excited about a goal, but maintaining that momentum is a different ball game altogether. But remember, consistency is key. It's better to take small, consistent steps towards your goal than to take giant leaps only to burn out quickly. Finally, we have the step that is often overlooked, celebrating small wins. Every tiny step you take toward your goal is a win and should be celebrated. These celebrations serve as powerful reminders of your progress and fuel your motivation to continue on your journey. So, there you have it. The process of change is a journey that begins with identifying the desired change, setting realistic goals, taking consistent action, and celebrating small wins. It's a journey that requires patience, persistence, and a pinch of positivity. Change is a process, not an event. It requires patience, persistence, and a pinch of positivity. What happens when we face obstacles on our path to change? In our journey of transformation, obstacles are as inevitable as the sunrise. Often these hurdles come in the guise of fear, lack of motivation, or resistance from others. They might seem daunting, but let's dive deeper into these common obstacles and learn how to turn them into stepping stones. Fear, my dear friends, is a constant companion of change. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, or even the fear of success. But remember, fear is simply your mind's way of protecting you from perceived danger. By recognizing this, you can use fear to your advantage. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Once you've identified your fear, face it head on. The more familiar you become with your fear, the less power it has over you. Next, let's address the lack of motivation. It's easy to lose steam when the results aren't immediate, isn't it? But remember, change is a process, not an event. It takes time. Don't rush yourself. If you're feeling unmotivated, revisit your reasons for wanting change. Reflect on your initial spark, your why. This can reignite your motivation and propel you forward. Finally, we come to resistance from others. It's disheartening when those around us resist our changes, perhaps out of fear or misunderstanding. But remember, this is your journey, not theirs. Seek out those who support and inspire you. Surround yourself with positivity and resilience. You have the power to choose your circle. Choose wisely. Overcoming obstacles is not about eradicating them, but learning to navigate through them. It's about turning stumbling blocks into stepping stones. It's about developing resilience, courage, and perseverance. It's about understanding that change is a journey fraught with challenges, but also abundant with opportunities for growth. Obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones towards success. So the next time you encounter an obstacle, remember, it's not designed to stop you, but to prepare you for the journey ahead. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you forward on your path to change. As we end our journey, what does it mean to embrace a new you? As we ponder this question, let's delve into the essence of personal evolution. Embracing a new you is like greeting the morning sun, welcoming the light as it illuminates the path to self-discovery and growth. Change, as an intrinsic part of our lives, is a powerful catalyst for personal development. It's like a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble, each stroke revealing more of the masterpiece within. When we embrace change, we allow ourselves to be molded, shaped and refined into better versions of ourselves. It's a transformative process that can lead to increased self-awareness, greater resilience, and an improved quality of life. Imagine change as a gust of wind, capable of shifting the direction of a sailboat. It might be subtle, it might be forceful, but it always propels the boat forward. So it is with us. Change, whether it comes as a gentle breeze or a powerful gale, moves us along the journey of life. As we embrace this movement, we open ourselves to new experiences, new perspectives, and new opportunities for growth. But embracing a new you is not just about personal growth. It's also about enriching your life with greater meaning and purpose. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and into a world filled with endless possibilities. It's about breaking free from the constraints of the past and soaring into the boundless sky of the future. Remember, change is not a threat to be feared, but a friend to be welcomed. It's a compass that points us towards personal evolution and a beacon that guides us to a more fulfilling life. So don't shy away from change. Instead, embrace it. Welcome it with open arms and an open heart. Change is not just about becoming a better version of yourself, it's about living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. So as we close this chapter, let's remember to welcome change, to embrace the new you, and to celebrate the journey of personal evolution. After all, every sunrise heralds a new day, a new you, and a new opportunity for growth and transformation.